following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Cameras are ready. The headset is on.
And good evening and welcome here to the Hive at Perham High School. I'm Jason Gold, joined by Lance Rock as the Yellowjackets get ready to take on the Hawley Nuggets in a very pivotal Heart of the Lakes Conference clash here tonight at the Hive, as both these teams are looking to gain ground in the section as well as the conference. And you look at it for the Yellowjackets, Lance, this is a very big game for the Yellowjackets. If they win tonight, they will clinch the Heart of the Lakes Conference.
Yeah, and it's a long time coming since the last time, Jason. I may be wrong here, but I did some research after talking to Jason this morning and Coach TJ Super and the going back in the history records, the last time that I saw was the 2008-2009 season with Coach Keith Johnson was the last time that the Yellowjackets were Heart of the Lakes champions, and that year they went in 18-0 in the conference, 26-2 overall. Obviously, that last loss came in the section game, but some different faces at that point in the Heart of the Lakes. West Central area was in. Lake Park, Audubon, Ulen, Hitterdal were a couple added to the normal ones that we normally see. So going back to 2008, 2009 since the last one. So good feat, and kind of tells you the tale of how this year has gone for Coach TJ Super and his group of young ladies.
And the team right behind them right now are the Hawley Nuggets, who sit at 8-1 in the conference. They have counting tonight, 3 conference games left. The Yellowjackets have 2. Both of them for the Yellowjackets are against Hawley. Hawley does have one against DGF, which you don't want to look past anyone. On paper is going to go Hawley's way. So potentially this could be the Yellowjackets clinching tonight, or it could be Hawley setting up perhaps a winner-take-all conference game at the end of the season next week on Friday.
Right, and then the favor returns and we go to their home court to do that. So I think the Yellowjackets really want to take care of business tonight and make sure that this conference championship goes through the Hive in Perham High School.
And one of the things, it'll be the first time in 4 seasons that Pelican Rapids will not be the Heart of the Lakes Conference champions.
Right, you look through that, Jason, and it's always been it was really interesting for me to see how streaky it has been. You said Pelican, and then before that, Barnesville won it for 2 years. Then DGF came in, and then it was a 5-year run for Hawley. And then it was back to the Perham win. But so it's been a really streaky conference. And I think it's been a really good conference, but there's always been that one team that seems to put year after year after year together. And then after that, the last I could find is going back into the late 80s, early 90s with Coach Darrell Peterson, and had a string of 2 or 3 conference titles in there with the Myers, Happels, Reepies, Hammonds coming through that. So a lot of fun history research for me today to go back and actually have a chance to still teaching with some of these guys that I could talk to and get that knowledge from. But yeah, big night, and not only a big night for conference, but it's a big night for section too.
It is indeed. You look at the section on this small point font that I typed up today for us. Fergus Falls right now sitting on top of the section as a number 1 seed at 16-5. And then you have Crookston, who Perham beats earlier in the year, could possibly get into that tiebreaker window. So that could jump Perham up to Crookston. But at the same time, Hawley beat Crookston earlier. They're sitting fourth. Yamanaga at 20-2 and fifth. Roseau 6th. Barnesville, Pelican Rapids, Wadena, DC round out the top 9 in this section. And you look at this section overall, there's several teams with winning records. And you have Barnesville, who's 8-10, kind of a sleeper team that is starting to try to figure things out since the injury to Abby St. John. And, you know, losing her took a lot away from Barnesville, but they're a team, well coached, still figured things out, I think, as the season rolls on.
Right, and they have a lot of pieces there. It's just you take out kind of your catalyst at the time, and it's hard to think that with her being so young, but she's such a good ball player. And you start to see their scores, and they're starting to get that thing rolling. And you know, you never want to think, but you know, you talk about the Yellowjackets beating Crookston and being able to leapfrog. Well, a couple wins by Hawley against our Yellowjackets, all of a sudden they leapfrog up and maybe they take over the Crookston spot. So it's going to be an interesting week and a half, 2 weeks here, Jason. Not only the weather, but the playing in the gym here. And so it's going to be, you're going to have to follow along every game to see who's toppling who and where everybody's sitting in the standings.
And tomorrow, just to let you know, fans may be expecting Perham Thief River Falls on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. That will not be happening, as they have already canceled our e-learning day tomorrow. No preschool for it will be happening tomorrow, e-learning day for Perham. And I think you're going to see that come across the board throughout the night tonight, just because we're once again at the mercy of Mother Nature, where we have a big clipper coming through. And it's not much snow, but again, it's the wind and the blowing snow. So
yeah, and neither one of us are real great meteorologists, but I sure know what the roads have been like lately. And you certainly don't want to put kids in harm's way and on buses. And I know that's affected the wrestling tomorrow night, basketball tomorrow night. I can only imagine for both teams, the boys and the girls, it'll probably affect. We haven't heard for sure yet on some of that, but you know, it's just one of those things. And I think it's getting kids ready because they're being tested in more ways than one. They're not only battling the opponent every night, but they're battling on, well, now we don't have practice. Now we're going to have practice again. Now this game is canceled. So a lot of that mental preparation that goes into these games now is kind of flown out the window, and they're having to just punt, so to speak. And it seems like the kids are doing a really good job of that.
And you talk about facing adversity. A lot of these kids in the last year and a half have faced a lot of adversity, not just because of the sport, but because of battling through the COVID-19 pandemic itself.
Yeah, we went through that, and now the weather this year and the amount of days that kids haven't been able to participate and do those sorts of things. But it might be cold outside, but I think it's going to heat up in here tonight, Jason.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting contest tonight between the Nuggets and the Yellowjackets. Perhaps another three-point party from both these teams. The Yellowjackets were cold from the outside a little bit of late, but picked it up in that victory against Crookston, and then had that unique contest against Breckenridge just the other night. Knocked them off 58-46. It was a lot closer, I think, than that score kind of indicated at times. The Yellowjackets raced out to a 16-2 lead, but then Breckenridge clawed all the way back out within a point, and the Yellowjackets went on a nice little run and were able to pick up that 58-46 victory. And on the other side of things, you have this Hawley Nugget squad who has rolled their last 6 games, knocking off East Grand Forks 64-36, beating Pelican Rapids in a game that stunned a lot of people, 55-54 in overtime. And then they knocked off Barnesville, Thief River Falls, Frazee, and Breckenridge during that 6-game winning streak. Their lone losses this year, Barnesville, Egan, and Fergus Falls.
Right, and no slouches there to say the least. And you know, I think, Jason, one of the things, I think the Yellowjackets too, they've battled their injuries this year, and different things have come to play for them. But I think it sounds really weird probably to say a team that's 17-5 trying to find their way. I think they were a real outside dominant team to start the year, and they were just shooting lights out. Coach TJ Super would say, and I think I heard him say the stat, they were like 48% or something from the three-point line. And then they cooled off a little bit. Then they kind of went low post dominant with Willow Thiel. Now I think they're starting to find that balance, that it doesn't have to be one without the other, and they're so much better when they work together and they get those two, the inside and outside gelling, they're a really tough team to beat.
Well, I think one of the keys for the Yellow Jackets is going to be getting Greta Hillica looking to shoot as well. She's a key outside player, can distribute the basketball, but when she gets her shot going, that really lifts up this Yellow Jacket offense. Well, Lance, let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back as the KLN Family Brands pregame show rolls along here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Jake, no video games till your homework's done, bud.
It is done, Mom. What about your homework?
My homework?
Arvik donates $1 from our internet payment each month. Helps buy technology for my classroom. Computers, tablets, stuff that wasn't invented when you were in school.
Haha, good one.
It's free.
School partnership program. That's an easy assignment.
I can see it now. Video games for every student.
Check out the Backyard in Perham. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. I'm Jason Girls with Lance Rock as we get ready to go for tonight's Heart of the Lakes Conference and Section 8's AA clash between the Perham Yellowjackets and the Hawley Nuggets. We're still moments away from the start of our contest tonight. We'd like to thank you for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in to the KLN Family Brands pregame show. The Nuggets with a record of 16-3, 8-1 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference, while the Yellowjackets come in with a record of 17-5 and 10-0 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference. And you may notice, if you see on our monitor, there's a lot of people at the scores table. They're glued into, I think, the same thing that you have going on your phone, Lance. The Perham boys basketball team in action tonight at Pequot Lakes right now.
Yeah, and a great test of two really good teams. And don't want to spill the beans if you're waiting to watch it later, but with about 2 minutes remaining, 2:15, I have the Yellowjackets up 45-33, and it was really a low-scoring affair in the first half, and both teams kind of starting to catch a little fire here towards the end of this game. So a good one to tune into a little bit here, and we'll try to keep you updated as well. So, but back to this one, Jason, really it's going to be a good contest here, and I think it's one of those kind of bell cow type contests that you're looking for. Both teams know that this is important, not only for conference, but again for sections. And with so much on the line, it's just so important. And I think a couple of things that I've been thinking about, I talked to Coach TJ Super this afternoon, and he counted some keys to the game would be rebounding in their transition D. They know that Hawley's going to sub in a lot of girls. They're going to try to get up and down the floor in that transition. And then, you only can do so if you're going to name you're going to hear a lot, I guess is what I'm trying to say, not so well, is the Crabtree. And there's a couple of them, and they're both pretty good players. And so trying to contain them, and my own personal didn't come from TJ Super. I think it's when you have the home court advantage, it's coming out with energy, coming out with that, hey, this is our home floor, we're here, you have to come at us. And I think if Perham can come with that energy, it's going to be a good night for them.
Well, I think that's a key, and also getting some energy from the fan base here would be huge tonight and support this squad that's been outstanding here at home overall this year. The Yellowjackets 8-4 at home, and it'd be nice to see them come out with that quick start and get that energy base, as you said, high.
Right, and it seems like there's a couple things in basketball that do that more than anything, and in the boys' game we've seen it happen a few times where it's that breakaway dunk that just lights up the crowd. And I think for the girls here, I think it's a couple of a really good defense to offense transitions, and the other thing that I think is a couple of threes right off the bat that are nothing but net just kind of seems to spark them, and it seems to kind of spark up the crowd a little bit. So looking for those type of things from the Yellowjackets tonight, it's going to be a great game, Jason.
Well, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with your Lakes Ace Hardware starting lineups here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuppy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and now we are in Long Weekend Sportswear talking with Tammy Seifert. Tammy, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What's the best part about working with United Community Bank?
They're local. They have been our best buddies since we purchased the business. They bent over backwards to educate us and let us know the best way to purchase this business. This was our first, endeavor of doing something so big. They've just always been there for us. I love just picking up the phone and calling. We just wouldn't be working with anybody else other than UCB.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood with expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life. At Central Minnesota Credit Union, we've streamlined our financial tools to ensure you have everything you need all under one roof. Whether you're starting a family, starting a business, or buying a home, CMCU is here to be a trusted financial partner. CMCU offers free checking options and a network of financial experts. Because when everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life.
Cabral Metalworks in Rossay offers machining, fabrication, and design services from CNC plasma cutting, precision forming and welding to prototype and CAD design. Cabral Metalworks can assist you with almost any project. Family owned and operated, Cabral Metalworks has a passion for metalworking and makes customer satisfaction its #1 priority. Whether you're a large corporation or an individual with a sketch design on a napkin, Cabral Metalworks can meet your needs from concept to the final product. Call 218-329-5990 or visit kbrolmetalworks.com today.
And this one popped up. Can Oliver Luck send them to Shelby? The Post 400 Stars will continue their season in North Carolina.
The Post 400 Stars return for season #3 on Magnitude Sports. Saturday, March 12th starts a 14-game series live from Vero Beach, Florida. Also, catch the Stars live on Magnitude from the Veterans Classic Tourney, the Gopher Classic, the Creighton Pret Tournament from Omaha, Nebraska, all the home games, and every game from the state tournament at Young Field in West Fargo will be live on Magnitude. If it's Post 400 baseball, it's on Magnitude Sports.
And welcome back here to the Hive. We're just moments away from the start of tonight's contest between the Perham Yellowjackets and the Hawley Nuggets here at the Hive. This goes to Lance Rock. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware, purchased for the visitors of Hawley Nuggets with a record of 16-3 and 8-1 in overall. They'll be starting a 5'9 freshman center, number 5, Isabel Steer. Starting at a guard, a 5'10 junior, number 12, Anna Steer. Starting at a guard, a 5'8 senior, number 14, Kylie Crabtree. And starting at a guard, a 5'8 senior, number 20, Kaylee Crabtree, who's closing in on a milestone for her career at the Hawley Nuggets. She's 20 points away from 1,000. And starting at a forward, a 5'8 senior, number 42, Grace Fleming. The Nuggets are coached by Bill Gottenberg. He's assisted by Ben Lefgren and Ellison Brenna. The Yellowjackets will start like this. Starting at a guard, a 5'3 junior, number 3, Olivia Rosenthal. Starting at a guard, a 5'8 senior, number 5, Greta Hillica. Starting at a forward, a 5'9 junior, number 14, Olivia Pilgrim. And starting at a forward, a 5'11 sophomore, number 21, Willow Thiel. And at a guard, a 5'8 senior, number 22, Sydney Anderson. Yellowjackets, coached by TJ Super, Michelle Borman, and Robbie Cox. As we're just moments away from the Arvig opening tap. Lance, quick thoughts, or closing thoughts as we get ready for the first half.
Right, I think we go back to rebounding. Rebounding's been a key for the Yellowjackets, not giving up second and third shots, getting back on transition. I think if you're Hawley, making some shots and kind of quieting the crowd and taking that away from the Yellowjackets right away. And lastly, we'll step back to Pequot Lakes as the final there. The Perham Yellowjackets boys pick up a nice victory, 52-35 over Pequot Lakes, and a nice win for the Coach Cressup and the boys program. So here we go, Jason, as we're getting ready for that opening tip. And I think, hang on, this should be a fun one.
Both teams are getting ready to go for that tap coming up. There'll be Willow Thiel with Anna Steer. As we get ready to go, Thiel taps it over on the Arvig opening tap, and Greta Hillica will start the game's first possession with the basketball for the Yellowjackets. Hillica now to Pilgrim, goes near side for Anderson. She's going to fire a three, and it's good. Sydney Anderson gets the Yellowjackets on the board with a three-pointer.
And no better way to start if they're Yellowjackets, and I said that's one of the keys of kind of bringing the crowd to life.
Bounce pass near side, Fleming up top, a three-pointer on its way. That's no good from Crabtree. Rebound tapped around, Hillica's tied up. Tied up there with Izzy Steer, and it will be actually out of bounds, they say, and it will be Yellowjacket basketball. Sydney Anderson will bring it up court for the Yellowjackets as they lead 3-0 on your United Community Bank scoreboard. They go inside Thiel. Thiel backs down the defender. Shot no good. Gets a rebound. The shot is blocked, though. Comes back out to Pilgrim. Pilgrim kick out right side. Hillica. Now over to Olivia Pilgrim inside Thiel. The double comes, but Olivia Rosenthal is able to get the loose basketball. Anderson with it now for the Yellowjackets. Cross court it goes. Olivia Pilgrim. She's got the open look, and she hits. A big answer, or a nice strong run for the Yellowjackets to start coming back the other way, looking for the answer. The bucket is good for Anna Steer, and she draws the foul, and she'll go to the line, to the EOT insurance free throw line. Fouls on Greta Hillica. So Steer will shoot. And that free throw is good. Just like that, the Nuggets got the lead in half.
Yeah, a fast start. I think faster than I was even expecting this pacing to be, but the shots are there, so yeah, it's hard to say don't take them, but you think you'd like to settle in, and we're going to get another shot right away in a basket by Sydney Anderson.
Nice cuts into the lane by Anderson to get that to go, and the Yellowjackets back by 5. Here's Crabtree with it, the handoff to Anna Steer. And now it's stolen away. Olivia Pilgrim gets it. Pilgrim slows down near half court, gets it to Sydney Anderson. The Yellowjackets will set up shop. And a quick three from Greta Hillica. Off the mark, no good. Lined it up, but just got out the front iron, does not drop. And back the other way come the Nuggets. Here's Crabtree. That's Kaylee Crabtree looking to drive. Nice move to the hoop. Shot no good. She traveled.
Sydney Anderson now bringing the ball up. running this nice set that they run and look for a curl coming off here off of a screen, but a nice takeaway there.
Now driving and finish at the bucket is Kylie Crabtree. Sydney Anderson will bring the ball up court. On left side, Hillica to Rosenthal. The right side, it goes Pilgrim. She will launch a three. That's good for Olivia Pilgrim.
So the threes are coming, and they're coming fast and plenty for the Yellowjackets, and it's good to see multiple girls here feeling comfortable in their shot tonight.
Kaylee Crabtree with it, gets a screen near side from Fleming. Gets it to her sister, Kylie Crabtree. Now looking to drive with it, Anna Steer. Kick out near side, a three on its way. No good on the three-pointer by Kaylee Crabtree, and the Yellowjackets get the board.
Boy, and if you're Hawley, both shots have been right there, Jason, just kind of in and out, rimming in and out. So look for this scoring to continue.
Hillica right side, Rosenthal over to Pilgrim. Down low goes Thiel. Thiel, turnaround jumper, no good. Alter, but she gets the rebound and puts it back up for two.
Way to stay with it, Willow Thiel there. That's a tough play when it gets batted out of your hands and then to recover. Nice job, Willow.
Quick three is good for Kaylee Crabtree. And you know, it was just a matter of time before she got going. It's now 13-8, Yellowjackets. Now to Hillica. Nice screen, but Hillica will launch the three and gets the shooter's roll. And the three-point party for the Yellowjackets is off to a start tonight. Kylie Crabtree with it. They switch to the Yellowjackets. Now it comes near side to Fleming. Comes back up top. With it, Steer. Into the lane, stolen away. Pilgrim gets it. Now Hillica will bring it up. Go right side, Olivia Pilgrim. She steps and launches a three. No good. Rebound there. Quickly grabbed by Fleming, and the Nuggets come back the other way at 16-8. Near side it goes. Steer looks into a three and hits it. Isabel Steer on the board with the three-pointer.
Neither team, Jason, is really, it's hitting their hands and they're shooting if they're open. So the offenses aren't even really getting the time to set. They're just firing away tonight.
Right side, Pilgrim launches a three. That's no good. Rebound grab, Fleming. Hawley's done a good job on the board so far. Now Crabtree has it. Kaylee Crabtree launches, no good. Rebound grab by Anderson. She crosses the timeline and will launch. That's off the mark. Grabbed again by Fleming. She's on her way to about a 15-20 rebound night. Kylie Crabtree with it. Goes near side to Steer. Kick out here for Kaylee Crabtree. Now a three-pointer on its way. That's off the iron. Rebound grab by Hillica. On the shot attempt by Izzy Steer. Anderson with it. To Pilgrim. Yellowjackets by 5. Into Thiel. Thiel right hand off the glass. Good for 2.
And you talked about the rebounding, Jason. I think the shots are coming up so fast that the teammates aren't even under the basket for the rebound, and thus making it a lot easier to get those rebounds, and we thought it would be more highly contested.
Steer launches a three and hits it. And a Steer with 6.
It's kind of the opposite of the JV game, which was a defensive battle for most of the game. This one is total offense, and it's been fun.
Right side it goes Rosenthal. Now to Pilgrim. Comes back to Olivia Rosenthal here on the near side. Now to Hillica. Hillica looked for the cutter, wasn't there, so now Hillica's going to drive off the glass, draws the foul. Shot's no good, but she's fouled on the play by Kylie Crabtree, and it'll put Hillica to the EOT insurance free throw line. And that's something the Yellowjackets, I think, we're looking to see more from Greta Hillica, being aggressive and taking the ball to the hoop.
Yeah, it's nice to see, and it also sets her up for a three-pointer as she makes the first one.
Yellowjackets by 5. Alex Eilertson, one of the subs, as is Faith Rustad. Riley Mickelson, Kennedy Pilgrim in for the Yellowjackets, as Hillica's second drops from the EOT insurance free throw line. Yellowjackets by 6 as we approach the 12-minute mark. Kylie Crabtree will bring the ball up court for the Nuggets. Crabtree goes right side, hands it off. Now looking to drive, that's Eilertson. with a nice spin move. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound grab by Pilgrim. Now Kennedy Pilgrim goes to Riley Mickelson somehow, and Hillica has it. Hillica now to Kennedy Pilgrim. Drives, dishes over to Olivia Pilgrim. She will launch a three, no good. Rebound and a foul. Foul is going to be on Riley Mickelson as she came in with a chop on Eilertson. Her first, team second.
And I don't think if you're TJ Super, you're too disappointed in that one. That's kind of what Riley comes in. She comes in as aggressive and kind of is that defensive hound. So letting it be known right away she's coming after that basketball.
Near side with it. Down low, nice pass, drive. The finish, no, but the putback is good there. Putting that one in is Faith Rustad. Bill Gottenberg and the Nuggets go deep on their bench. We'll see several substitutions throughout the night.
Yeah, and he seems to manage it really well, Jason, of getting the right position players on the floor at the right times. And then it's interesting to watch him orchestrate that.
Three-pointer, no good by Anderson. Quick pass inside, nice dish. Finish, no good though. But the Nuggets tap out the rebound, tracked down for a moment, but Kayla Crabtree couldn't get to it. Emma Brookshire in. Littlefield back for the Yellowjackets. Kennedy Pilgrim with it now to Hillica. Over to Anderson. Nice battle in the paint taking place as Pilgrim launches the three. It's no good, and a rebound grab there by Peterson. Lily Peterson for the Nuggets. Will slow things down near half court as they trail by 4 in our opening half. Peterson drives, dishes it out, Crabtree. Crabtree, jump stop, kick near side, tapped away, and Pilgrim will get the loose ball. Now to Greta Hillick over to Sydney Anderson. She's going to launch a three-pointer and hit it. Sydney Anderson with the smooth shot has 8, and the Yellowjackets lead by 7. She's approaching the 1,100-point mark for her career, recently eclipsing the 1,000-point mark earlier in the season. Now with it, Faith Rustad in the lane, bounce pass up top. With it there, Eilertson. Eilertson with the spin move in the lane, looks for help's not there. Now finds it near side from Peterson. Rustad with it. And the Yellowjacket faithful starting to make some noise. As Peterson looks inside with it, Brookshire. Left hand shot, no, but she's fouled. And she'll go to the line.
And that might have been the best defensive possession for the Yellowjackets on the night, Jason, as they were really hounding pretty well there. Just that foul at the end kind of bailed out Hawley, but nice up and under move.
Free throw, no good. Foul is on Thiel, her first. Kylie Crabtree will come back in, as will Olivia Rosenthal. Second free throw. Off the mark from the line, and Kennedy Pilgrim's in the lane perfectly for the board. Approaching the 9-minute mark, Yellowjackets with the lead by 7. Riley Mickelson dishes it over to Anderson. Now back over to Pilgrim, looking inside, not there that time. A three-pointer from Mickelson, no good, but Thiel's there for the board, tries to fight a way back up, and draws the foul. Little Thiel in that battle in the paint. Hawley has her hands full with her. They're doing a lot of different things, sending different looks over at her.
Well, and different people guarding her all the time. So that's one of the things. That's a lot of respect there when you keep rotating the people who are on you, and you know one thing's going to happen. They're going to try to be physical then.
Pilgrim inbounds it to Sydney Anderson. Double team just sitting there on Thiel as they're looking for the entry. It's not there. Now Pilgrim gets it. Comes up to Anderson. Right side, Riley Mickelson. Now over to Kennedy Pilgrim. Pilgrim getting pressured, but gets it over to Anderson. Yellowjackets being patient right now, moving the ball around the perimeter. Now they go inside Thiel. Thiel backs down the defenders, throws up the left-hand shot, no good. Rebound tied up. Thiel fights her way for it, gets the shot, gets it to drop, and will have a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, that was, I think she was triple teamed on that one, Jason, and just kind of stuck with it. I think that's going to bode well for the Yellow Jackets tonight. If they've got to put that much pressure on Willow, your three-point shooting is going to be open at some point.
And the free throw's good from Thiel. She's got 7. Jackets by 10 on the Nuggets. Yellow Jackets win this. They're the Heart of the Lakes Conference champions. If Hawley wins, they might force a winner-take-all for the conference title in a week. Steer will launch a shot, no good. Mickelson gets the loose ball. Up ahead to Thiel. Thiel, the right-hand layup, no good. A little too fast, I think, Thiel there. Just couldn't finish. And fortunately there, did not pick up a frustration foul, as bringing the ball up court is Peterson now. With it, Steer. Izzy Steer tries, dishes to Peterson. Now looking inside, they go inside. Rustad tied up by Rosenthal, and held ball is going to be the call.
And I think one of the things you see happening here, Jason, is as this game goes on, we're starting to see the teams both trying to run their offenses a little more. It's not that catch and shoot type offense, and I don't think we could have stayed on the pacing we were on to start this game, or it might have ended up being 100-100 at the end of regulation.
Kaylee Crabtree will inbound. And she's just going to throw it deep in the backcourt, and waiting for it there was Fleming. About 5 years ago, that would have been a turnover. Kaylee Crabtree with it. Now to Steer. Steer will take a long jumper and gets the rolls. The bank was open. She has 5. Hillica for the Jackets, right side, Pilgrim. Over to Anderson. She looks in the lane, gets cut off. Now Hillica will launch the three-pointer. It's good.
That's a really nice combination the Yellow Jackets have when both of them are shooting well, as they see each other really well on the floor. And I see them gaining confidence the more they're getting to play together, that being Sydney Anderson and Greta Hillica. They're really looking for each other well on the floor.
Rustad down low, poked away. Nice job by Hillica. Good positioning defensively, causes a turnover. Rosenthal, Olivia Pilgrim, Greta Hillica. She launches. She hits. Greta Hillica with 11 points. And the Jackets by 14, and we got a timeout on the floor. Yellow Jackets by 14 with 6:35 to go in our opening half on the
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
Perham Public Schools, School of Champions. Perham Public Schools, School of Champions.
welcome back here to the Hive as we come back to live action.
Hawley comes out of the timeout. Looked like they were starting to run a set, and now the set kind of went awry as a little miscommunication there, but nice job by the Yellow Jackets kind of being ready for that set to happen, and the ball disappears out down the hallway, I think. And but nice job by the Yellow Jackets, because every time there's a timeout, you think something special's coming, and they kind of weathered that storm.
Pilgrim with it. Now to Rosenthal, over to Hillica. Right side, Pilgrim. Back to Sydney Anderson. Now we're going near side, Olivia Pilgrim with it. Hillica over the right side to Rosenthal. Now to Pilgrim. Hillica with it. That's it out to Rosenthal. Here's Hillica again, looking to drive into the lane. Goes strong. Nice scoop shot. Good for 2.
Holy moly, Jason, you were on it with Hillica being kind of the key to the game, and she's come out just lights out. Everything that she's throwing up to the basket is good.
Steer with an answer as she hits for 3.
Speaking of good, man, they come off that curl screen really nice, and man, they just light it up.
Pilgrim with it. Down low, Thiel. Thiel works her way in the lane. Shot no good. Fights for the board, but Steer gets it, and now a foul. It'll be on Thiel.
And again, that's her second one, Jason, and it seems like it's a little bit of a history here of that frustration foul just a little bit. When things like that shot she wanted to go in, it's kind of that try to get the ball back mentality, and that kind of gets her into foul trouble sometimes.
With it now, Steer driving against Pilgrim. Reverse layup, that time no for Anna Steer, and the Jackets get the board. And that's almost stolen away as Kylie Crabtree read that one well. Pilgrim with it. Near side, Olivia Pilgrim.
Yeah, look, and I just think that she's on that kind of roll that she just wants to shoot the ball. And be interesting to see Coach Super gets her in a spot where she gets another open look because she's just red hot right now shooting.
Sydney Anderson thought about it, passed it up. Now we'll get it over here to Kennedy Pilgrim. Over to Greta Hillica. Right side Rosenthal to Sydney Anderson. Anderson tries baseline. Help comes. Shot off the glass. No good. She's there for the rebound. And the offensive board leads to the offensive putback for Anderson. She has 10 and the Jackets lead by 15.
Yeah, and she just kind of let everything clear. And then she was the only one left standing there for an easy 2.
Crabtree drives, kicks out Steer. Steer to the hoop. Now kick out near side. Baseline jumper's good for Grace Fleming. And a much needed basket.
Man, one of the things, Jason, these two teams are really looking for each other and teammates. I think there's an assist with almost every basket that's being made. And to me, that equates to good basketball being played.
Assists. I know I heard earlier that's something you're not the big fan of, but Pilgrim hits the 3 there for the Yellowjackets off a nice feed.
I love assists as long as they're throwing it to me.
As the Jackets stretch the lead to 16 on a big 3-pointer by Olivia Pilgrim as we approach around the 3-minute mark, but Crabtree will launch. And that's off the mark, and Rosenthal skies for the rebound. Taking that shot was Kylie Crabtree. As Hillica comes back, the drive and dish, Kylie Crabtree bats that one out of bounds. 3:08 to go, first half. Faith Rustad will come in. Yellowjackets lead by 16. So dynamic first half for the Yellowjackets. Kennedy Pilgrim to Olivia Rosenthal. There for Hillica. She will fire the 3, and that one's no good. Kylie Crabtree is there for the rebound. Quickly up ahead. Shot up, no, is good for Faith Rustad.
Yeah, and they just snuck her out. And look at, I'm anxious to see if Hawley continues to do that because it's been effective when they have just kind of leaking out that the player that's at the top. And the Yellowjackets are going to have to recognize and hustle back.
Hillica with it. Now to Olivia Pilgrim as they exchange passes in the backcourt. Near side it goes, Pilgrim. Back to Hillica. Head fake there, now passes to Anderson, back to Hillica. Goes right side to Olivia Pilgrim. She will drive by the defender, float up a shot, no good. Rebound tapped around, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Yellowjackets. For a second there, it looked like Kennedy Pilgrim may have been the last one to touch it, but Kylie Crabtree got her hand on it as well.
Yeah, and I think it was one of those that nobody really wanted to touch it, but it was right there, so they all reached for it. And luckily for the Yellowjackets, it ends up in their favor.
Lily Peterson in the game. As Alex Alderson also checked in. Into Kennedy Pilgrim. Shot up no good. Rebound tapped out. That's Faith Rustad. Rustad stops, throws up the shot, and it's good for 2. Nice shot by Rustad. She stopped, let that first defender clear.
Well, and every time you think the Yellow Jackets are pulling away, they had a 14-point lead, something happens like that. And you can see where the Hawley really has a good record because they're tough to put away here, and every time here's another steal, and they just keep on rolling.
Crabtree with it. Shot, no. Foul was on the floor. Foul was going to be on Rosenthal.
So when the Yellow Jackets had a real momentum going there and hitting some shots, all of a sudden here comes Hawley back and a shot here.
A nice play by Anna Steer. They faked the handoff, and she just took it to the hoop strong as the lane opened.
Right, and they get it back to a 10-point lead and throwing a little press on it here and a 1-3-1 type zone, kind of a switch-up zone and an open three here.
And Pilgrim hits that one. Olivia Pilgrim with 12 points as she hits the three.
I kind of like the change up in defense, even though the Yellow Jackets capitalized on it, Jason. Different looks, I think, will speed up the game and put it back in Hawley's type of pacing.
Near side it goes to Eilertson. Hands it off as Steer goes into the lane. Bounce pass there. Nice drive to the lane by Rustad. Good for two. And Faith Rustad has a nice knack of finding the hoop and finishing.
Yeah, and it just almost seems like the waters part for her when she gets the ball for some reason. And I think I'd keep going to that if I was Hawley.
Anderson with it. Now it's batted away and getting the basketball is Anna Steer. Steer drives, throws up a shot, no good. Hillick of the board. Yellow Jackets in the pace picking back up towards the end of the first half. Now Pilgrim will get the basketball. Go to Kennedy Pilgrim over to Anderson. To Rosenthal. The trap comes to her, but she quickly gets rid of the basketball. Anderson gets it back to Rosenthal. She will launch a three out the back iron. No good. Anderson there for the board. Anderson in the hoop strong, and she draws the foul and will go to the line to shoot two.
And I think if you're TJ Super up by 11, that's a great time for Olivia Rosenthal to take a three. Now they got to come out and guard her in the second half and go, oh, she is going to shoot that shot when she's open. And so I look for her to keep taking that shot every once in a while.
Anderson hits the free throw. She's got 11. The Jackets lead by 12.
And what a huge crash of the boards there for Sydney Anderson. She was way up by the M in Perham there and just got right in there and got that rebound. So nice anticipation by Sydney Anderson.
Wholesale changes for the Nuggets. Sorry, I didn't catch them. And Caitlin Bartson comes in for the Yellow Jackets. Free throw by Anderson's good on the second from the EOT Insurance free throw line. Under half a minute to go in our opening half. Jackets lead by 13. Looking to clinch the HOL conference here tonight.
The way this has gone, Jason, I half expect the Hawley to hit a three-pointer because every time the Yellow Jackets make a run, it seems like Hawley does something to answer.
Well, they're going to have to go. Kylie Crabtree with 5. Crabtree steps back, but the help's there, and Kaylee Crabtree launches and just misses on a deep three-point attempt. But the Yellow Jackets will take a 13-point lead into the break as they lead 44-31. And stay tuned for the KLN Family Brands halftime show coming up.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Jake, no video games till your homework's done, bud.
It is done, Mom. What about your homework?
My homework?
Arvik donates $1 from our internet payment each month. Helps buy technology for my classroom. Computers, tablets, stuff that wasn't invented when you were in school.
Haha, good one.
It's free.
School partnership program. That's an easy assignment.
I can see it now. Video games for every student.
Check out the Backyard in Perm. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back here at the half. The Yellowjackets lead this one 44-31 on the Hawley Nuggets. And Lance, it was a good first half. The Yellowjackets really got off and running and really up-tempo basketball in the first half.
Well, I don't think we could have hit the keys any better, Jason, than if we could have wrote the script for this game. You say Greta Hillica needs to come out and maybe assert herself, and she did more than that. She was just unbelievable in this first half of how she handled the offense, shot the ball, and did all those things. We talked about getting a few threes to get the crowd energized. They right off the bat was threes, and the speed of the game going back and forth. I think they've controlled the Crabtrees pretty well. I mean, they're really good players, and the Yellowjackets have played pretty good defense. I don't know that we can see 44 points again in a half, but maybe we can. But that it just seems like it was you had said it at halftime. I'm just going to give you the credit. That's the best we've seen the Yellowjackets look in the offensive end in a while. And I think it was just the flow of the game, Jason. They were so just determined to make each other good. You could just see the ball movement was just impressive tonight. And if they keep that up, they're going to be really tough to beat in Section 8 AA.
Well, Yellowjackets in that first half led in scoring by Greta Hillica with 13 points, Olivia Pilgrim and Sydney Anderson with 12, Willow Thiel with 7. Key stat in the first half, the Yellowjackets hit 9 3-pointers in that first half.
Right, and I would guess they're shooting almost 50%. It was almost like we took a time machine back to the first part of the year, and that's kind of the way they shot it. And they almost had to, because we mentioned it. I know I mentioned it. I think you mentioned it. Willow was getting doubled. They're running that backside guard at her opposite shoulder, and they're kind of forcing her, and there were times she was triple teamed. And so what's going to be open is that three-point shot, and the Yellowjackets are they're taking what Hawley's given them, and they're making them pay right now. They're loading up, and they're hitting those threes.
Well, last time we dropped the three-point party, the Yellowjackets hit from outside right away. See if that continues tonight. So they lead this one 44-31. One of the things we talked about, you mentioned it just a few seconds ago, the Yellowjackets have done an outstanding job on Kylie and Kaylee Crabtree. They've combined for 5 points in that first half. Izzy Steer has 8, Faith Rustad has 8, Anna Steer has 8, Kylie Crabtree with 2, Kaylee Crabtree with 3, and 2 for Grace Fleming for the Nuggets in that first half.
Right, and I don't think all is lost. Obviously it's a 13-point game, and with the three-point shot and how fast tempo both of these teams like to play, that can be made up in a hurry. If you're the Hawley Nuggets, I think you continue to do what you're going to do. I would guess they're in the locker room right now trying to figure out how we get some more open shots for the Crabtree sisters. But I don't think that's all bad either. I like how they looked for their teammates, knowing that Yellowjackets were running at them and they were making sure that they weren't getting the shots that they wanted. It set up those other ladies on the team to take their shots. And so a good first half, and it's probably better than what it seems with a 13-point deficit. I believe it's closer, Jason, than that. And so I'm looking for a few changes at halftime, and I don't know. We'll see if it's the run and gun that comes out or if they start to look at that half-court sets.
Well, at halftime, the Yellowjackets lead this one 44-31. The KLN Family Brands pregame or halftime show will roll.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and now we are in long weekend sportswear talking with Tammy Seifert. Tammy, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What's the best part about working with United Community Bank?
They're local. They have been our best buddies since we purchased the business. They bent over backwards to educate us and let us know the best way to purchase this business. This was our first, endeavor of doing something so big. They've just always been there for us. Always been there for us. I love just picking up the phone and calling. We just wouldn't be working with anybody else other than UCB.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterl
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Checking your credit score the easy way. Keeping your checking safe. Always.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. We're getting ready for the second half between the Yellowjackets and the Nuggets and Lance in the second half. I think, as you said, it's going to be an exciting one. It's going to come down to the wire, I think. It's a 13-point game, but things can definitely change in this one.
Well, just so it's such a good game, Jason. And one of the things that you wonder if the Yellowjackets can keep shooting the way they've been shooting. And I've seen them stay hot like this, but this is almost exceptional. I hardly remember them missing a shot. And the shots that they missed were quick shots. And I think that's one of the things that Coach TJ Super talked about at halftime was, girls, when we're in our offense and we're in our rotation, we're shooting lights out. They're probably shooting 60-70% inside their offense. It's the quick run down the floor first shot that is getting them. And Jason's, as we hear the rouser going here, it's kind of fun to hear that going. I think that's what's getting in the way. So look for the Yellowjackets not to be patient, but to get the shots coming out of their offense.
Indeed, Lance, as we look at the second half, foul trouble, not much of a factor in that first half. We'll be interested to see how that plays out in the second half. At some point, you think Hawley's going to get Kaylee and Kylie Crabtree going.
Right, and it's just sheer volume. They've been scorers, obviously. They've scored their whole career. It's coming, and it's probably going to be sometime in the matter of a run. They're going to get some defense, and I think that's where Hawley's got to go right now, Jason. They got to get fast break points off their defense to get the Crabtrees going, and once they get going, the Yellowjackets better be on their best defense because they're tough to stop.
Well, thank you for tuning in to the KLN Family Brands halftime show. We're getting ready for the Arvig second half inbounds pass here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Quick programming update tomorrow night, just to let you know, there will not be a girls basketball game, as we'll have an e-learning day in Perham, and that's going to be coming along the way along Highway 10 and further up north. So tomorrow night's game has been postponed. I'm not in the fake news business, but there's rumors that there might be a doubleheader coming up involving the girls and boys, but we'll make sure that comes official first.
And you're getting really good at those, Jason, so you can spend the whole evening with us if that's the case.
Yellowjackets will open the Arvig second half with Greta Hillica to inbound. He'll go to Sid Anderson here to Greta Hillica on the Arvig opening inbounds play, and now that ball is punted to the Hawley bench off the foot of Faith Rustad. So we'll get to do it all over again.
Yeah, this is it's kind of a weird start to the second half here. It just kind of deflated everybody. The whole crowd just went silent, and so interesting, and a big shot here probably will bring that crowd back to their feet and the Yellowjackets.
Tied up and held ball, and now we'll go to Hawley. That's an ideal start for Hawley's to get a turnover early on.
And that's what we talked about, making their offense off of their defense. And this wasn't in fast break points, but it gives them the ball and almost like they get the first possession of the half.
Kaylee Crabtree brings it up court. Her and Kylie Crabtree were two key members of the Hawley Nuggets softball team that made it to the state tournament last year. Cut inside, a layup up and in for two for Kaylee Crabtree.
And that was an obvious set for her. And just like we talked about, Jason, they're going to look to get them the ball by sheer volume. And a nice start there, nice design there by Coach Bill Gottenberg.
Bill Gottenberg, well over 600 wins in his career. As coming back with his Kylie Crabtree out to steal. Now she throws it away to Hillica. Greta will bring it up court for the Yellowjackets. Now that pass batted out of bounds.
Kind of a shaky start for both squads right now, Jason. It's kind of been a little bit of a turnover fest here.
Rosenthal, cross court for Anderson.
I thought there was another one, but
now Hillica with it. Goes right side to Rosenthal. Into the lane, Thiel. Thiel down low to Pilgrim. Pilgrim shot up and in for two. And Olivia Pilgrim with 14 points leading the way.
And that shot came from just the attention that Willow draws to herself, and great job of great vision there, finding a wide open teammate.
Now driving there that time was Steer, but it goes off her foot.
Foul on Hillica on that one, Jason, and that's her second. So not a lot of fouls, but they're kind of racking up against the same team. And as we speak, having a hard time getting it in, and we're going to a timeout. So we'll be right back.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Welcome back here to the Hive of the Yellowjackets. Well, the timeout will set up their defense. And that was a turnover right away as pass thrown into the Hawley bench.
Jason's giggling there. He gave me some new tasks tonight, and I'm struggling to say the least, but thanks for bearing with us.
Oh, you're doing just fine, Lance, as Pilgrim has it near side now to Anderson. In control of the buttons tonight is Lance Rock, producer Lance Rock. Nice pass down low for Olivia Pilgrim. Up and in off the glass for the Jackets. They lead by 15.
So nice job. Both teams coming out of timeouts, Jason, have done a really good, successful play coming out, and that's always good if you're the coach.
Now looking to drive, Steer off the glass, no good. Thiel the rebound, and the Jackets coming back with speed, but Anderson will slow things down here near half court. Into the lane, Thiel kick out, but coming back and causing a nice play defensively was Steer. Now quickly up ahead it goes. Peterson kick out, right side to Crabtree. Now Izzy Steer launches the three, in and out, no good. Rebound to the floor. Pilgrim is there to pick it up for the Jackets. Anderson with it. She will launch for three, no good. Long rebound, Kylie Crabtree. Crabtree, pass near side, shot up and in for two for Faith Rustad. She's got 10.
A little bit the way we started the game here on this fast pace, and let's see if the Yellowjackets slow it down, work it in out of their rotation, but little zone defense here changes things for the Yellowjackets.
Pilgrim launches a three, too strong off the back iron, and Crabtree, Kaylee there for the board. Kaylee Crabtree sees no one in the lane, throws up a shot, no good, draws a foul. Foul is going to be on Thiel, and that's her third.
Right, and I don't want to give her too much credit, but it's almost like Crabtree saw Thiel, knew she had 2 fouls, and went right at her. And smart play if you're Crabtree to do that. Different team without Willow on the floor.
Head coach TJ Super thinking it over and what to do if we're going to keep her on the floor with 3. Alex Allertson in. No substitutions right now pending for the Yellowjackets. Set free throw in and out, no good. Rebound for Hillica as Crabtree goes 1 of 2 at the EOT Insurance free throw line. Anderson with it near side, Greta Hillica. Over Kennedy Pilgrim. She will take the 3. It's off the mark, and Kylie Crabtree's there for the board. And now the 3-pointers for the Yellowjackets that were dropped in the first half, not so far here early second half. Crabtree drives, is fouled, and she'll go to the line. Now it'll be Kylie Crabtree going to the EOT Insurance line. Fouls on Anderson.
And it's almost a one-on-one mentality right now, Jason. They're just coming down and bringing the ball down and going hard to the basket, and it's been successful for them. 1, drawing fouls, and 2, hitting free throws.
Second free throw. That one is good. She got the roll off the front iron, out the backboard and in. Cuts it to 10. A token front backcourt pressure. Kennedy Pilgrim will bring it up court.
And here we're back to that 1-3-1.
And Crabtree almost got a steal there. Inside Thiel. Thiel with the left hand, good for 2.
I hope you can appreciate that at home, because as the pass is in midair, Willow's repositioning herself to make that shot easier for her, and that's not an easy thing to do, and she's only a sophomore doing that, so we're going to be blessed to see that for many years to come.
Crabtree's exchange passes now. Eilertson looks to drive. It goes to Kylie Crabtree. Now with it, Rustad. Rustad drives, kicks. To Crabtree, cuts. She loses control as she wanted to go up with, and it goes right to Thiel.
Yeah, they're definitely looking at the drive more than they were that quick shot that they had in the first half. So a definite change at halftime.
Ball batted in the backcourt. Sydney Anderson's able to get it. Now up ahead for Hillica. Hillica gets passed back from Kennedy Pilgrim, looks things over, goes back to Kennedy with it. Now cross court for Sydney Anderson. She leaps up to catch it. Olivia Pilgrim looks inside Thiel. Thiel backs on the defender off the glass for 2. She's got 11.
And it just seems like every time Hawley makes a little run, they just can't get it to that single-digit lead, Jason. And that's credit to the Yellowjackets. They're making big buckets when they need to.
Kylie Crabtree. Now with it, Steer. Steer drives strong. Shot no, but she is fouled, and she'll go to the line. And one thing for the Nuggets, they've done a good job in this second half of getting to the EOT Insurance free throw line.
Right, and we didn't talk about it as a key to a game, but the Yellowjackets aren't extremely deep, Jason, and you start getting key fouls as the first free throw goes in. When your bench is a little bit smaller, that may come into play, especially the way this game has been.
52-39. Make it 52-40 as Steer hits them both. She now has 10. That's 52-40. 13:02 to go on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Make sure to stay tuned for our postgame show where we'll name our United Community Bank player of the game. Several Yellowjackets making a case for that right now tonight. And one of them with the ball now, and another one with the ball. It's Greta Hillica will launch for 3. That one's no good. Olivia Pilgrim there for a rebound. Cross court it goes for Hillica. The Yellowjackets have yet to hit a 3-pointer in the second half. They still lead by 12. Anderson to Kennedy Pilgrim near side to Olivia Pilgrim. Good job by Olivia Pilgrim to corral that one as Anderson will launch the 3. That one's off the mark. Thiel's there for the board. The putback is good. When your 3s aren't dropping, it's nice to have a player like Thiel inside who can finish and clean up.
I was going to say that before she even shot that. You said no 3s. it's good to be not one-dimensional, and I think Yellowjackets have been that way for the past couple of years a little bit more with the threes. This year they're not. They got multiple ways they can win a ball game.
Crabtree, the long jumper is good for 2 for Carly Crabtree. She hits that one in front of her bench. Makes it 54-42.
Scary part is Hawley just is hanging around. They're just not letting that lead get more than 12-14. But they haven't. I still think they need to get that run down to about 8 or 7. But it's not going to happen when Pilgrim hits another one.
The kiss off the glass for Olivia Pilgrim. She's got 18 tonight. As the Nuggets drive and lose control of basketball there by Anna Steer. With 11:31 to go, the Jackets lead by 14. Another little run here could really damper the Nuggets' hopes tonight and bring the Heart of the Lakes Conference crown to Perham. Olivia Pilgrim looking inside. There's Thiel. Thiel backs down the defender. Shot up and in for 2. Now Thiel has 15.
And that's one thing that Coach TJ Super's doing right now is that 1-3 zone down there, Jason. They're getting Thiel down on that block. So nice job by TJ Super. We got a timeout. We'll be back.
Checking your credit score the easy way. Keeping your checking safe. Always.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Yellowjackets lead 58-42 here on the Main Street Sports Media Network. Julie Peterson will inbound. Now to Crabtree. Kaylee Crabtree with it. Now over near side, Lily Peterson. Fleming looks to drive in the lane. Thiel cuts her off. They hand it off. Crabtree, another long 2. That one does not drop for Kaylee Crabtree, but fighting for the board down low. Handoff there, and the bank is open for Fleming. One of those you almost want to thought that first girl could have went up strong on Thiel and got her 4th there.
Yeah, and that was probably the shortest pass in basketball. Like, it was almost a handoff, but successful.
Indeed. Pilgrim goes near side. Down low to Hillica. Hillica bounces back out to Sydney Anderson. Now over to Kennedy Pilgrim for Thiel. And it's stolen away. Read well there by Izzy Steer. She goes in the lane with a nice bounce pass down low, going to scoop strong. But saying no way is Willow Thiel. She blocks Anna Steer's shot attempt.
But they're definitely doing what you said, Jason. They're going after Willow right now, trying to pick up that 4th, and we'll see if Coach Super makes any changes here.
Now with it, Steer. Bounce pass here, Crabtree. Crabtree working and brings it back out. Crabtree drives, floats up the shot, doesn't get it to roll either. There for Kaylee Crabtree. Up ahead, Olivia Pilgrim. There for Hillica. She'll take the 3 and hits it. The first 3-pointer stretches the lead for the Yellowjackets of the second half to 61-44. That's 10 in the game for the Yellowjackets. Fleming with it. Peterson now cut off by Olivia Pilgrim. Now to Steer, who took 4 steps and gets called for the travel. A little anxious on her way to the hoop.
Sometimes that basket seems closer than it really is, and the right idea for sure. Just one dribble, one hard dribble would have got her to the bucket, I think.
Kaylee Crabtree checks in. Kaylee Crabtree checks out.
Little full court press coming here by the Nuggets.
The Yellowjackets break down with Anderson now to Hillica. Anderson in the backcourt. Near side, Hillica again. Anderson cross court. There for Olivia Pilgrim. Now to Sydney Anderson. Inside, Hillica up strong, good for 2. She's got 18.
It's kind of amazing where the post play was going to come from, Jason, and it comes from your point guard who ends up going down into the post. So nice job by Hillica having an all-around nice game here.
And the Yellowjackets, with this lead, Mitch Henderson touched about this in the Pelican Rapids and Perham game, patient with the basketball with the offense, knowing the situation and having that nice lead. They're not forcing up shots, and they're able to work the clock as they lead as we approach the 9-minute mark.
Right, and they've really extended this lead and doing a nice job of just doing what you said, Jason, making sure you're getting enough passes, looking for that next best shot.
Nice cut, and unable to finish was Crabtree. Nice cut, nice feed, just couldn't finish.
And I think if you're Hawley tonight, you're going to look back at this and go, we had our chances.
Hillica, quick shot, no good. Rebound to Steer. Up ahead. Left-hand shot, no good from Izzy Steer, and back come the Yellowjackets. Kennedy Pilgrim with it. Right side, Hillica, she's open again. That one no good though, but Crabtree's there to get the board. Up ahead for Rustad, and a call. Yellowjacket faithful, not too pleased. Fouls on Sydney Anderson, it's her second.
That's one of those that's tough to call. That was pretty incidental. They were both running down the floor, feet tangled up, and the official didn't see it that way. So foul on Sid, and that's number 2 on her.
Not called in the NFL until 2 minutes ago. As the ball goes to the far side, Eilertson with it, Crabtree, and a foul on Hawley. An offensive foul. Funny how things kind of work themselves out.
And looks like we have a timeout here, Jason.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Check out the Backyard in Perm. They have the largest selection of bird seed, assorted suets, and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. And book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. Yellowjackets lead this one 63-44. Here in the second half, Yellowjackets closing in on the Heart of the Lakes Conference Championship, but still plenty of basketball to go here. Again, if the Nuggets win this one and they take care of business against DGF, then the final game of the year for Perham will be for the conference title again against Hawley. Pilgrim with it to Rosenthal, and a foul down low. That's going to be on Willow Thiel, I believe. It is. That's her 4th.
And we talked about our moment of the game, Jason. That could possibly be the moment of the game. Up 19, 8 minutes, 5 seconds to go here, and Willow has to sit with her 4th.
Crabtree will bring the ball up court. Met by Rosenthal. Now over to Kylie Crabtree. Crabtree up top through the hand, stolen, and Anderson will get it. Anderson, the layup, good for 2.
What a way for your senior to respond when Willow has to sit down the steal and all the way for 2.
Long 2 on its way. That's good. Faith Rustad. She's got 12. Near side it goes to Rosenthal. Pilgrim with it. Hillica right side, Pilgrim now over to Anderson. Anderson gets it tapped and she's fouled. Fouls on Rustad.
And again, down by, I think we talked about good fouls. That's probably a good foul. You were close to a steal. You only have 2. You're probably going to have to look to get that foul total up. So if it gets closer, you can start sending the Yellow Jackets to the line.
Rosenthal inside Anderson. Anderson keeps her foot in bounds as she corralled it. Now goes back to her from a pass from Hillica. Anderson back up top to Hillica, over to Anderson again. Yellow Jackets work the clock near side. Hillica with it. Anderson. Patient offense by the Yellow Jackets. They have a commanding lead. At some point, if you're Hawley, you're going to have to try to go for a steal. There it is. But Pilgrim is able to corral it. Now to Rosenthal. Over to Hillica. Yellow Jackets continue to move the ball around the perimeter. And now there's a foul. The foul is on Anna Steer, which is one of those fouls that if you're Hawley, you need to give if you want to try to, if you're going to lengthen this game out.
Well, one of the things I think, if you're Hawley, you're going to want to try to make that foul on a longer pass where you can have a chance. And if you're the Yellow Jackets, you got to make this a compact game. These long passes like that, Jason, are just a recipe for destruction.
And there's the turnover for the Nuggets. With it, Anna Steer. Drives, kicks, Crabtree. She fires for 3. Good. Hitting that one from the corners, Kylie Crabtree. 65-49. Pilgrim with it. Now near side, Olivia Pilgrim. To Anderson, back to Olivia Pilgrim. Up top it goes Kennedy Pilgrim, but stolen away. Read that one well. That time did Rustad. Back up ahead, Crabtree. Bucket for 2 for Kylie Crabtree. She's starting to warm up. It's now a 14-point lead, and just like that, Willow Thiel comes up off the bench. And a timeout. The Yellow Jackets will get it, and we'll take a break. Yellow Jackets.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Yellow Jackets by 14, trying to close in on part of the Lakes Conference Championship. And it'll be an interesting 5.5 minutes as Willow Thiel comes back in the game with 4 fouls for the Yellow Jackets.
And you think during that timeout, if you're Bill Gottenberg and the Hawley Nuggets, you're saying we got to go at Willow.
Thiel with the inbounds pass. She's fouled and will go to the line. She will shoot 2. She is fouled by Anna Steer. That's her 3rd. Free throw by Willows, no good from the EOT insurance line. That's just the first attempt at the EOT insurance line in the second half for the Jackets. Second free throw forthcoming. That is good.
And I have to think it's going to be the first of many as if this game gets tighter, Jason. So getting a few in here earlier in this second half now, get settled in at that EOT free throw line.
Crabtree with it. That's Kaylee. Now gets to Kylie. Kylie will take a long 3, starting to heat up. Doesn't get it to roll. Kennedy Pilgrim. Off the rebound from Rosenthal, brings it up court to Anderson across the half court. Now to Thiel, over to Pilgrim. Pilgrim near side to Anderson, stolen away and off the leg and out of bounds will be the Yellow Jacket basketball. It looked like Izzy Steer was off the races.
Yeah, and if you're the Yellow Jackets, the cross-court passes aren't going to work as well now because Hawley's really looking to intercept those and get the easy lay-in. So tighter passing, maybe some pick-and-roll type action.
Far side, Rosenthal now go inside Thiel. Thiel draws the foul through contact. Say she was going up. She'll be shooting 2. Fouls on Steer. That's Izzy Steer's second. The at the EOT insurance line is 2 of 3. Make it 3 of 4. The Yellowjackets looking to cash in at the free throw line. So they've stretched the lead to 17 after the second free throw. And speaking of cashing in, check out our player of the game from the United Community Bank coming up in our postgame show. Down near side, Crabtree. Hands it off right side, Steer. The jumper's good for Izzy Steer. And we'll have our moment of the game from Central Minnesota Credit Union as well. And another steal there. It's Anna Steer. Hands it off Crabtree. Crabtree shot up no good. Rebound and the putback is good for Faith Rustad.
It was almost like the Yellowjackets thought they were going to make that first one, and they just kind of got caught flat-footed.
Pass errant, and now Izzy Steer with the steal. Bounce past Crabtree. Finish, no, she's fouled. Sydney Anderson get contacted hard on that play. Appears to be okay. As Kylie Crabtree will be at the line.
Nice job by officials, and it's great to see that that's come more prevalent. Official went over, checked on Sid, said, "Hey, are you okay?" And now we're able to continue the game. But it's a good part of the game now that we're making sure our athletes are okay. First free throw was good.
Second forthcoming for Kylie Crabtree. She gets them both at the EOT insurance line. And we got a stoppage and a timeout by the Yellowjackets. Under 4 to go. Lead down to
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Checking your credit score the easy way. Keeping your checking safe. Always.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. Yellowjackets by 11. Under 4 minutes to go. Hawley on a little bit of a run here. We'll see what the Yellowjackets can do to answer.
Yeah, this full court pressure has really kind of gotten to the Yellowjackets. I think just be patient with it and take what Hawley gives you instead of trying to force it.
They'll go with it. Crosses the timeline. They try to trap on her. Ball goes to the floor. Thiel gets it. Still on the floor. She covers it up for the held ball. It'll stay with the Yellowjackets. Anderson with it.
Well, that trap has been solid.
Stolen away by Rustad. Bounce pass Steer. Steer shot no good. The battle for it. Rosenthal gets the rebound. Picks up her dribble, gets batted away and out of bounds, but she does a nice job screening off Crabtree from getting a loose ball. As it goes out of bounds, it'll still be Perham basketball.
Right, and that might be one we look back to, Jason, and go, wow, that layup would have went in. We're at a 9-point game and that momentum again.
They'll go with it now to Pilgrim. Pilgrim up ahead to Anderson. Anderson to Kennedy Pilgrim. To Hillica. To Rosenthal with it now into the lane. Hillica around the defender. Shot no good. Thiel the putback, no. And the rebound grabbed by the Nuggets. With it Steer. Hands it off. Driving baseline. Comes back to Crabtree. They exchange passes. Crabtree with it. Kylie. Backing down Hillica. Spins left hand. Shot no good. Rosenthal aboard, and the Jackets settle it down with under 3 to go. Hillica to Pilgrim. Pilgrim, they're going to be close to getting to 10, and there it is. 10-second count. Nice job defensively by the Nuggets.
And that top pressure has just been really prevalent here, Jason. And they have good size on the top of that zone press. And it's really causing the Yellow Jackets some problems. And maybe a little bit more of a sideline break here. We'll see how the Jackets adjust to it.
Kaylee Crabtree with it. Now with Steer. Steer, jumper from the free throw line, no good. Willow Thiel closes and get the rebound. Now Thiel with it. Thiel to Rosenthal, over to Pilgrim. Thiel, back to Pilgrim. Kennedy Pilgrim with it. To Rosenthal, over to Kennedy Pilgrim again. Cross court for Anderson. Anderson to Kennedy Pilgrim. They close on her, but she gets away. Now to Hillica. Hillica to Pilgrim. Cross court for Anderson. One extra pass now down low. Rosenthal tried to feed the post, but it was tapped out of bounds.
And I know it's an 11-point lead, but I almost want to see the Yellow Jackets try to score here, Jason. I think this the perimeter passing hasn't been their strong suit, and here's a shot by Hillica, and that leads to another shot for Willow underneath, and good job by the Yellow Jackets. Pure hustle right there.
Pilgrim with it, and it's thrown away. Crabtree drives, shot up and good for Kaylee Crabtree.
And the first time it's been under a double-digit lead for as long as I can remember, Jason.
Rosenthal. The trap comes and a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. We'll take a break.
They say $1 doesn't go far these days, but in my classroom, it does. Especially when I can use it to buy technology to keep my students on the cutting edge of learning.
Arvig donates money to my school through a school partnership program.
$1 of your payment goes to area schools like mine for computers, tablets, smart technology.
It doesn't cost me anything extra to provide a better,
brighter,
more connected classroom.
And welcome back here to the Hive. Yellow Jackets lead 68-59. Nuggets trying to rally back. They trailed by as many as 17 at one point. Have now whittled it down to 9. And we'll see what happens in the final 1:20. Yellow Jackets will inbound from the sideline. They have 2 timeouts. Hawley has 1. Foul situation. Hawley shooting the rest of the way. Hawley still has a foul to give, or 2 to give. And there's one of them. That's on Faith Rustad. So now the Yellow Jackets will be shooting the rest of the way. Kennedy Pilgrim gets it into Hillica in the backcourt. Now to Kennedy Pilgrim. Up ahead to Olivia Pilgrim. A trap and a foul. Foul will be on Kaylee Crabtree. It's going to put Olivia Pilgrim to the EOT Insurance free throw line. He's got 18 points for the Yellow Jackets. Has a chance to add to that total. Free throw by Pilgrim is good. She'll get the bonus. They lead by 10. Key free throw there. And that one is no good. Rebound grabbed by Steer. Steer quickly hands it off. Crabtree along 2. Good. And a timeout called by Hawley. Kaylee Crabtree hits that one.
Check out the Backyard in Perham. They have the largest selection of bird seed assorted suets and bird feeders in the area. Over 50 different varieties of pet food and pet treats, and an even bigger selection of pet toys, leashes, collars, and more. The Backyard is also your pet's destination for a spa day. The grooming salon is open Monday through Friday for grooms, nail trims, and baths. and book a stay for your pet at the Backyard Boarding and Play Care, a brand new facility made to make your pet feel at home. If your pet needs a comfortable place to stay, call Backyard Boarding and Play Care.
Cabro Metalworks in Rossay offers machining, fabrication, and design services from CNC plasma cutting, precision forming and welding to prototype and CAD design. Cabro Metalworks can assist you with almost any project. Family owned and operated, Cabro Metalworks has a passion for metalworking and makes customer satisfaction its #1 priority. Whether you're a large corporation or an individual with a sketch design on a napkin, Cabro Metalworks can meet your needs from concept to the final product. Call 218-329-5990 or visit cabrometalworks.com today.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Closing in on the final minutes of this contest. Yellowjackets lead by 8. Some difficult plants rock as Yellowjackets looking to make some school history tonight with a victory and becoming the Heart of the Lakes Conference champions.
Yeah, and it looked like it was going to be easier said than done, and then Hawley dialed up this pressure and has really caused havoc with the Yellowjackets.
And a turnover. Crabtree with it under a minute. A long three on its way off the back iron, no good. Rebound Steer. Now to Crabtree again for three, no good. Rebound to Thiel. Thiel's going to hold the ball and get fouled. Good looks. First it was Anna Steer, then it was Kaylee Crabtree. They couldn't get it to drop. Now Thiel has a chance at the free throw line.
And I think if Hawley is defeated tonight, Jason, they'll look back at that, and there was a couple layups in there. There's a couple threes that spun in and out. They had a lot of good looks here. The shots just not falling the way they wanted them to, obviously, and it might be the difference in this game.
Thiel at the EOT insurance line. Gets set to go. She's been solid at the line tonight. In the second half, she's 4 of 5. Has hit 4 straight. Make it 5. No fear of an announcer jinx up here, Lance says, bringing the ball up court. Is Kylie Crabtree, a shield drive. Shot up is no good. Rebound to the Yellowjackets. Illica clears out. And the Yellowjackets by 10 with 35 seconds to go. Go near side to Anderson. Anderson crosses the timeline and a foul. Foul is on Kaylee Crabtree. They'll put Sydney Anderson in the line. Free throw. That one's off the back iron. Rebound grabbed by Steer. Anna Steer dishes a long two by Rustad. No good. Rebound grabbed by Hillica. And that will do it. The Yellowjackets are your Heart of the Lakes Conference champions as they will pick up a 10-point victory over the Hawley Nuggets. A nice victory tonight for the Yellowjackets as they win by 10 and get a nice standing ovation from the hometown crowd here at the Hive as the Jackets are your HOL champions.
Yeah, what a nice, and you can almost sense, if you could see it, the relief by Coach TJ Super, and I know talking to him today, how important conference is yet, Jason, and that's an awesome thing. I think it's too little talk about now with the QRF, and we're always about where you're fitting in the section and all of those, but to have that conference title and to be that is going to be just a feather in the cap of these girls, and I think is going to lead them to some really, really good things coming up here towards the end of the year. So nice team effort tonight. Hawley came back, and I think we probably saw what we're going to see at the beginning of the next game that they play against each other is that full court pressure. And if they can keep that going for a whole game, they're going to be a tough team too, and certainly a tough out when it comes Section 8 AA time. But I got Jason here. He's dialing up some stats for us, and we'll step away for a commercial break and some words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the post-game wrap-ups.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Superior Builders in Breckenridge specializes in post-frame buildings with 25 years worth of knowledge and experience in the post-frame industry. Licensed and insured, Superior Builders offers pre-engineered commercial buildings, farm shops, hobby buildings, and storage buildings. Superior Builders also offers a 40-year paint warranty and lifetime column warranty. Superior Builders in Breckenridge, building your dream to last. 701-238-7740. That's 701-238-7740.
Seaman with United Community Bank, and now we are in long weekend sportswear talking with Tammy Seifert. Tammy, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What's the best part about working with United Community Bank?
They're local. They have been our best buddies since we purchased the business. They bent over backwards to educate us and let us know the best way to purchase this business. This was our first, endeavor of doing something so big. They've just always been there for us. I love just picking up the phone and calling. We just wouldn't be working with anybody else other than UCB.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Checking your credit score the easy way. Keeping your checking safe. Always.
Welcome back here to the Hive. The Yellowjackets earn a 71-61 victory over the Hawley Nuggets. And with that victory, they improve to 18-5 and 11-0 and become the Heart of the Lakes Conference champions, winning it outright tonight with the victory.
Yeah, what an awesome night for the Yellowjackets, and it's great to see. Like I said before, it's nice to get that conference title under your belt. It kind of gives you that championship feel, and I know for Coach Super it meant a lot because I talked to him today a couple times, and he was pretty excited about this game tonight and making sure that the girls were ready to go. And boy, were they ever ready to go. They came out just with guns a-blazing, and they were doing such a great job with shooting the ball, passing the ball, and one of his keys was rebounding, and I thought they did a really good job tonight with that.
The Yellowjackets tonight, we're just going to name it, becoming Heart of the Lakes Conference champions, will also be our My CMCU, our Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game tonight is the Yellowjackets improving to 11-0 and becoming conference champions.
Yeah, for sure. There were lots of plays of the games, and one of them I thought was going to be the timeout when the pressure was getting to by Coach Super and some of the adjustments he made, but definitely that's the story of the night, and it's the storyline of the night, and as well as it should be that the Yellowjackets are Heart of the Lakes Conference champs.
Scoring-wise for the Jackets, it was balanced. Only 4 girls in the scorebook tonight. Willow Thiel with 20 points, Greta Hillico with 18, Olivia Pilgrim with 19, and Sydney Anderson with 14 for the Yellowjackets.
Right, and that's good balance. I still think you're going to need some other scoring, whether it's 4 points, 6 points, those, but they contributed in other ways tonight, and that's okay. Some key steals by Olivia Rosenthal. Kennedy Pilgrim handled the ball against the pressure. So, it's not always scoring that's going to be. I think everybody who played tonight really contributed in a way. And I really felt from start to finish, this was a real team victory. And that doesn't always come to play, especially when you get into big games. But tonight, the girls passed the ball so well and looked for each other. And I don't know what that assist total is, but it has to be pretty high.
For the Yellowjackets, they hit 10 3-pointers, 9 of them in the first half as they scored 44 first half points. They only hit 1 in the second half, but in that second half, they established the inside presence.
Right, and I think it's a little bit of what the defensive switch by Bill Gottenberg and the Hawley Nuggets. They went to that 1-3-1, which really pressures that outside wing, and those shots weren't there. And that's what I meant kind of about that team game. Give the Yellowjackets credit. They stopped looking for that three for a little while. They started hitting a cutter or getting Willow underneath, and the whole game plan changed, and it really changed pretty seamlessly for the Yellowjackets tonight. So that's what you're looking for in the progression of basketball now that we're heading towards playoff time.
Yellowjackets with the victory again, improved to 18-5, 11-0 in the Heart of Lakes Conference. The Nuggets dropped to 16-4 and 8-2. On the other side of the floor for Hawley, leading the way was Kylie Crabtree with 15 points, 13 of them in the second half. Kaylee Crabtree added 8. The other side, Faith Russett had 14. Izzy Steer had 12. Anna Steer with 8. Crabtree with 8, and then 4 for Grace Fleming. They're scoring for the Nuggets. So the Hawley Nugget team that you don't want to see in the postseason, though, they're going to be a squad that's going to be tough to beat down the way. And the Yellowjackets have a chance to close out perfection in the Heart of Lakes Conference, but it's going to come against a strong Hawley team in their house.
Right, and I just think that their scoring is so dynamic, Jason. It can come from so many different ways and so many different angles. And the other thing is that it's constant pressure on defense. And what I mean by that is they're always going fast to the basket, whether it's a fast breaking or if it's just in their cuts. Everything is so hard to the basket that it really makes you be on top of your game from the opening tap to the final buzzer. And they're going to be a tough out in Section 8 AA as well. And boy, is it starting to stack up like there could be some really good games coming up here in the near future.
The Yellowjackets close out with Thief River Falls, Brainerd, and Hawley before the Section 8 AA playoffs. We already know tomorrow night's game is canceled, or I should say postponed, because they're hoping to make that game up next week. We don't have an official date and time for that one, but we know Thief River is anticipating a very busy week next week on their schedule, as the Yellowjackets and Thief River hope to get that game in next week, which we will keep you up to date as much as we can, as we will have broadcasts next week as well. Boys basketball will continue next week. They're at home. We'll have that game Tuesday nights here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. But the Yellowjackets, we got to name our United Community Bank player of the game, and it's a tough one tonight, Lance, but I'm going to go with the play of Greta Hillica. She really looked to shoot early on, got herself established inside, and I thought did a nice job. Also, when her shot kind of went cold, she did a good job facilitating as well.
Well, and one of the words that come to mind for Greta tonight is dynamic. I thought she was really dynamic, Jason. She started out hitting those threes, and you had called it from early on that she was going to be a key, and I don't know if you saw something in warm-ups or what happened, but she came out just lights out. And then they started to guard her, and she started to drive, and then she started to dish. And then when Willow got into trouble, guess who went into the post? Greta did, and she got 2 layups underneath the basket and just established herself as a post player. For those of you who can go way back, is kind of reminded me of Magic Johnson a little bit when Kareem went out and he had to go into the post. Greta didn't even back down. She just went in, sat herself down there, and that's pretty dynamic to ask your point guard to do, and she just did it. And pretty exciting for her and the rest of her teammates, as you can see them celebrating a little bit their Heart of Lakes Conference Championship.
Well deserved for the Yellowjackets. Congratulations to head coach TJ Super and his staff, and of course to the players. Outstanding effort right now to go 11-0 so far through the Heart of Lakes Conference, and it's one of the premier conferences in the state.
I don't care what conference you're in, Jason. To go 11-0 means that you played perfect basketball because you're undefeated. And it doesn't matter what conference you're in or where you're at. There always seems like there seems to be a time of illness or injury, or you just have that off game where you get defeated. And so far, the Yellowjackets have warded that off. And so as you see them dead center in our shot right now, congratulations to Coach Super and his staff, and especially to these young ladies who have worked really hard this year, and it's been really fun for us to cover.
Well, that's a nice victory for the Yellowjackets. Hawley will have their chance at revenge coming up next week, which should be a fun and exciting game for these two teams. But the Yellowjackets tonight improved to 18-5, 11-0 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference, and they claim the Heart of the Lakes Conference Championship outright. Well, Let's Rock. I'm Jason Groth. We thank you for tuning in on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.